Mako-chan and Ari Rockefeller.
All right, I think we're live. I think this is going one way or another. Are we all here, people, one way or another?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
That's two.
I am here.
That's three. And I guess that makes me four. And I think we can actually do a show tonight.
You'll form the head?
Might put somebody's eye out. You set them up, I knock them down. Oh, man. And I made the same mistake that I did last year that I did this year. Two of my PSAs didn't play because I didn't bother to think to double check the locations. Thinking, oh, just like the last file. And it wasn't. All right. So, anywho, we are... How do I kick this off? And there we go. I got my files up. I'm not a little off just yet, but we will soon get there. Anywho,
The night is young.
well, yeah, the night is young, the heat is good, and the lights are blinking, more or less. All right, so those of you who don't know, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 572. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
I am Mako-chan.
And I'm BerryMelon.
And Koi should be joining us a little bit later. She said she would try to make an appearance, but so we have the spot there for her. So when she makes her way in, she could join us and start ranting and raving just like the rest of us, you know? So, anywho, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm barely hanging on. Though I do have the drinking horn that Mako-chan gave me, I think last year, was it? A couple years ago? So, I'm good.
I'm glad to hear that. Anybody else?
Just kind of sleepy, really.
No, it's been a long day for some of us, so, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yes, I'm very sleepy.
Yeah, and I just had to go in and I just tweeted that we're live, and I had to friggin' delete said tweet and retweet because instead of two people, there's basically five of us. So we need to make sure to cover everybody, you know. So that's how we do. So let me flip this over to here. And what? You ever just randomly go on Twitter and you just see your and you just like, what? You just like, what are you doing? You know?
Oh, constantly.
Well, now that the safety council has basically been removed, there's nowhere to go. Basically, you know.
On that and navigating through all the porn bots.
You know what? It's almost like every other day. I have to log in to do what I got to do, and then there are like people following the Anime Jam Session account, and I'm like, oh, we got fans. No, it's not even porn bots. It's soft core models. I'm just like, nah, we's gonna pass on that. Unfollow and move along. It's just, it is what it is. In between that, my Surface 3 that I've been running the show off of for like the last 3 years, I think is on its last legs. So, you know, let's go ahead and let me retrieve this. So now I'm running everything from my main machine instead of reaching over as y'all see me turn and like start tapping something that's off screen. So, you know, but you know, let's kind of sort of make the best of it. It is the last episode of the year before we go our separate ways and kind of relax before we come back and do it all over again with 40 something plus more episodes. Okay, so let's get the ball on the road because we've already derailed and it's only like 15 minutes in. So, anywho, we are live tonight, week of December 13th, 2022, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 Eastern. And you can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. And we're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can find them also streaming at Twitch TV/Fog Network. They kick things off on Sundays at 8 o'clock with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. This week, there is no Bobby. There will be no Bobby next week. He's actually on a cruise somewhere in the Bahamas, I think. Lucky bastard.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also hang out with us on Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's a part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through, hang out. If there's some interesting stories you find, post them. And if we use them, we'll definitely credit you for them. So, and Nemesis47 says 2022 was such a weird and eventful year. Yeah, I have to agree. And then Death is like, shit, I'm behind on my counts. And I'm just like, please don't. Anywho, we're gonna get the ball rolling. But just so you know, normally we go on vacation usually the week of Christmas, more or less. Like if Christmas is like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, something like that, we'll be live Tuesday and that's it, depending on where it is. But I'm aligning up our Christmas special with my vacation from work. The office is going to be closed for 2 weeks, so I figured might as well line it up and just do what we have to do. I figured we keep it simple as that. So, you know. And that's why we're doing it now. So enjoy. If you have an adult beverage with you, go right ahead and imbibe. Just remember, drink safely and drink smartly. Don't be like us.
You're lucky I'm not completely wasted right now. Otherwise, I would be super chatty and would not give anyone a word in edgewise.
Do not make me hit the eject button, sir.
You gonna make me blast off again?
I might.
Ugh, don't worry, it won't come to that.
Thank God. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and start things off. How was your week? How was your day? Kicking things off is Ari.
Well, the past week or so, especially last week, I was doing a lot of overtime at work, which, good for the paycheck, yeah, but it was destroying my patience and sanity, mostly because, you know, if, like, people just, like, well, you can't force people to work, you know, the normal collectors and whatnot, but if enough supervisors call out and no one wants to take it, we end up, like, the one on duty will have to stay on the shift without, like, you know, no questions asked, which upsets a lot of people.
Somebody has to be there, at least one person.
In a couple spots there are, yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. It's like in retail, you know. You can't leave. Yeah, what do you mean you can't leave? No one's here to cover your shift. You got to stay until somebody, you know. And and sometimes it kind of a benefit within itself because you don't have to go anywhere that night, so it's okay. But sometimes, like,
the only benefit to it was because, you know, I was working a couple doubles, is I wouldn't be forced to work, you know, a particularly bad shift, like, you know, midnight, for example, because, you know, you can't work more than 16 hours straight. And, well, I gotta trim this. You know, mostly work-related stuff. We had the the city came by, I think it was the city or the county or whatever, came by and inspected the apartment complex. Yeah. Like the day before, I was asking me, like, hey, my carbon monoxide monitor's not working. Well, it's just, you know, beeping randomly. I'm like, can you help me with it? And he comes in and brings in this 2-in-1 detector of smoke and carbon monoxide. So that was nice of him. And I was worried because I'm like there'll be times when I'm like not working where I'll be just like sitting there like this, and like inside my head I'm just like constantly arguing with myself over like things I have to do and like why I'm not doing them, and you know what I mean? Like it's hard to just you know, force myself to do stuff like that. But as I was like cleaning up, you know, bags of trash and like old boxes from recycling, packages and whatnot. Like, they come in for like a minute or so, like check like the walkways they can get in, maybe look at the bathroom, and like
Right.
one guy actually like uses clipboard to trigger the detector. I'm like, they're like, okay, we're good, thank you. I'm like, okay, I may have gotten a little worked up, but part of me was worried about like, oh great, I'm gonna get kicked out because I think it's too unclean or something.
I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yeah, it's something
Look,
they have to do every 5 years or so. But
look, if the city came around and saw this place, I'd be looking for a new spot in about 6 weeks. I'd be happy about it, but pissed off, you know. The the owners got their just desserts, but I ended up getting screwed in the process.
But yeah, that's how things have been going for me. Just work stuff, and again, I'll be happy when the new year comes and people won't be when the new year's over, the holidays, new year comes, the holiday will be over, and call outs will be considerably calmed down.
Okay, fair.
Because even though it says, hey, you need a doctor's note if you're going to call it sick between now and the new year, it doesn't stop people.
Yeah, I believe it.
So yeah, that's how things have been going for me.
All right. Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Same old. Basically, work was work. We finally got some new hires in, so work is a lot less stressful.
That's good.
Yeah. And then home, I have either been reading or I've been playing Persona 5.
Of course you have.
Yeah, I have been trying to switch between that and Disney Dreamlight Valley and Pokemon because holy crap, all 3 games at the same time, and they're all, kind of intensive to get going. And I'm just like, oh, I'm going to still play Persona 5. Oops.
And that reminds me, due to the crackle of the microphone, the mixer arrived. And when it got here, I realized something. I could have sent it to my house. Shit. I realized it after the fact.
Oops.
It happens to the best of us. BerryMelon, how are you? It's been a while.
Yeah, it really has. It's been kind of busy on my end. Well, busy, but obviously I'm taking a break right now, so I have some lovely tea for myself, and in general, just a lot of developments. Obviously, you can see I have also changed form for the holidays to be very cute and cuddly, so hopefully not as scary as my other forms.
But it also seems like you're going to push a button on your table, then all these guns will just come out in a semicircular motion.
It's not Knives Out. We're not in an action film today, but I definitely
Barry, you show your true form.
Yeah, no, it that would be fun though. I did like Knives Out. But yeah, no, it's been kind of busy. So I have been obviously continuing with my MMO work and also what I normally do, as well as getting ready for the holidays. It's just been kind of a busy time. It hasn't been too crazy for me, but it's more so like I don't know. It's like it's quiet, but I guess everything's kind of returning to some semblance of like people going out and doing like holiday things and meeting up and meeting in like human space, and so it can be a lot for a ghostly being to inhabit a corporeal form,
That's true. That is so true. All right, so my weekend day, as always, it's been the same. The tickets kind of started ticking up at work, because the holidays are coming up, as in, break. So people are trying to get much stuff done as possible, and now we're gotta be told we have to have 0 tickets by Friday. So I've already informed some users if this is not resolved by Friday, I will close it out. But you can open a new ticket in the new year. Also, I finally, I think I mentioned that I bought 2 more LED programmable lights. You probably cannot tell, but over here, I actually have one up here, and you could probably, maybe you can't tell because the way the sheet is glowing, because, there, and then there's one back there somewhere. So now basically every single light fixture in this apartment that I have normal access to, short of the kitchen, is all programmed by my phone, perfect for stream, working from home, or whatever, if I need to take pictures or something like that. So
Cool.
yeah.
Nice.
Also behind me, you can't tell, but there's a lot of boxes. People's presents have shown up, and I've been throwing them safely into boxes to see if they fit. And then the next objective is figuring out if I'm going to have to wrap some of these, or I can buy, pre-wrapped packages, drop it in, seal it, put it in a shipping envelope or box, and send it on its merry little way. So I will probably start on that this Wednesday or Thursday, and the goal is to get all of the packages shipped out. I'm still waiting on one order, and then I can definitely ship those out. And I also realized that I will be doing some overtime while I'm on vacation this week. And you're probably wondering, well, if you're on vacation, why are you working? Extra money, essentially. They're upgrading the Wi-Fi network at work, so they need some extra hands. So next Monday and Tuesday, I'll go in for 8 hours or 6 hours, whatever. Do what has to be done and come home, And then...
Good money.
Yeah, and then they need people to be on call for the help desk. Because let's be real. Even if the office is closed for 2 weeks, that does not mean people aren't going to work. So, basically, I get to get up for about 6.5 hours, keep an eye on the laptop, make sure my Zoom phone is up and running. Outside of that, I'll be on my Xbox. Oh, man. So that's been our weeks and days. So we're going to go ahead and go over into housekeeping. Let me go ahead and update that. Wonderful. Just so you know, episodes of Anime Jam Session will go up Thursdays at 12 noon. If it's not up by 12 noon, I probably forgot, and it'll be going up as soon as possible. Again, this is also our last episode of the year. We will return on January 10th, 2023. And we'll probably do a recap of what was missed over those 3 weeks, important stuff. And we'll just see how things roll. So that's basically is that. And now we're here for the next part of the show, Geek Roundtable, which I think this is a part of the show y'all really stick around for, where we share off some of our cool, geeky things, and we talk more about the geekier aspects of our life. So, Ari, you kick things off while I temporarily shut my camera while I grab some swag that I've bought over the last couple of days.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as geeky as other things, but I did finally get replacement bed sheets for my bed, a whole new bed set and everything. Because what happened was you really have one at a time. I wash it and all that, but it got a hole in it, and this was before I even overloaded the dryer and some of the stuff got burned and melted together. It was kind of disgusting. So and then the fitted sheet got a hole in it, and then that just got worse and worse. So it was torn completely across length. So I'm like, the hell with this. So I just ordered these off Amazon, and they feel just great. I mean, nice and soft. It's microfibers in the pillowcases and the cover. Oh, it feels so good. I mean, still sucks that I don't get to use them that much because all the overtime I've been working. But
Hey, it works though.
Uh-huh.
I kind of have like not really soft sheets, but they're like they call varsity sheets. I got them from
Like Jersey.
Yeah, I got them from Target. They're really nice but what sucks is the pillowcases. It's like after you wash them, they tend to shrink and it's like on an angle. I'm just like, the hell. Anywho. Let's see who our next person is. Mako-chan.
Yes.
What do you have to show for Geek Roundtable?
I'm showing the boys off again. What?
Kind of hard to see.
Exactly.
That's because they're in there and shut up.
They're camera shy.
I think she's making an attempt.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are
They just want nothing to do with anybody right now. So, they were on camera.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening to the podcast, as we've mentioned before, Mako-chan has a couple of pet sugar gliders, and the camera is on them. And she was just trying to make an attempt to get them to come out and stare at the camera.
Well, they were out for a little while, and they hear me, so they're kind of just like hiding again.
Or they're just waiting for you to go away.
Pretty much. They like the quiet. They're not for loud noises and excitement like that. So for me to be in here and chit-chatting, it's annoying for them. But yeah, I mean, I will keep the camera on them, as I said, until the new year. Just because it saves me from having to decide on something else to put on there.
Fine. All right, Barry. What cool projects are you working on? Did we lose her?
Well, for this upcoming year, I have obviously taken December off from streaming, I guess, to the to my lovely community, but just putting a lot of work into the the work on the back end of things and trying to sort out all of the plans for next year so that it's a little bit less stressful. And just generally for geeky things, I would say I've been working on a few costumes and stuff from my NG from the game that I play. So I play a game called Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds, and my NG wears a bunch of costumes. So I have a bunch of cosplay that I am making. But for those who are OG viewers of the channel, you guys know that I am I sew professionally. So I have been making the clothing to last/go into my normal wardrobe. And so that's kind of the geeky thing I've been doing. I've made about 3 outfits almost done. So, and I'm looking to make more of them. So I will be hopefully wearing some of those outfits too.
I am so glad to hear that. All right, so, well, fuck me, it's out of stock. Well, and I'll get into that. I'll explain why I said that in just a bit. So, as I mentioned previously, I got a holiday bonus from work. So I decided to spend some of it on myself. And I got a couple of more gifts. So, oddly enough, I went into GameStop and I bought some more Funko Pops.
Get anything good?
Sergeant Slaughter.
Nice.
This is one of 3 brand new Pops that I bought. And the reason why I said fuck is because I shared on my personal Facebook earlier the Wednesday Addams Funko Pop. And Hot Topic is now sold out of the pre-orders on them.
Really? I can't imagine why.
Yep, they were sold out as soon as I looked.
Say
I
what?
was very upset.
Say what?
I said when I looked for myself, they were already sold out.
I think this is the first one of the few times Hot Topic is sold out, this quick. Or the time that this popped up, which does make sense. This is from like 11 days ago, so of course. But I am finding it pre-orders elsewhere, so I'll leave that right where that is. So I decided to go just looking. Originally, I went looking on Hot Topic to see if I could find it, and then I Google searched it. But Mako, you might want to stay off a Hot Topic right now.
Why?
There is a limited edition Blink 182 Funko Pop set.
I've seen that.
There's also Pop Jack Skellington in a red suit.
I think I've seen Santa Jack before.
Okay. And let's see. There is a Crow Funko Pop figurine.
A Funko Pop figurine?
Yep. The Funko the Crow Soda Eric Draven vinyl figure.
Damn.
I think someone just got quiet. And of course, there's a deluxe Maleficent Pop. It's where she's standing out like on these stones and she's holding up her bird.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually looking at the Crow Funko Pop.
Yeah.
The regular Funko Pop is $100 and something.
Yeah.
And the 25th anniversary glow in the dark one is $300.
And this is a part of the show where you say, I have both.
No, this is the part of the show where I say, if anybody would like to get me something for Christmas or my birthday, remember, I will be turning 40. So thank the old lady. And yeah.
And there's also a Whitney Houston Funko Pop to commemorate the movie. Downside, it doesn't come with a little vial of crack. I'm actually seeing a couple of other pops here that I might have to pick up for a friend. I'm probably gonna end up ordering. I see one that I'm probably gonna pre-order and just. Actually, no, not pre-order. Do they have this? Oh yeah. They have it, but it's unavailable for store pickup, so I'm probably going to have to order it and send it to a friend and be like, here's your very late belated Christmas gift.
Oh, look, my boys are on stream.
Oh, there they are.
And I just got a message from Koi. She says she's still working after chaos hit at work. She says, have drinks and lots of fun. Love you all.
After some of the shit I've seen at work, I don't think I have enough drinks. Then again, I only did have the one case, and I only bought that after I was like looking in the local liquor store because like I didn't want to have to drive down to Cape May to get alcohol because Cape May Brewing does good stuff. But I'm like looking around, like, and when I found this stuff, it's from where is it? It's from Yards Brewery in Philly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was just like looking around, like idly, like talking to someone, like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean like. I was like, I legit did not mean for my headphones to fly off. But yeah, I saw that with the Nintendo Power style packaging and logos. I'm like, I have to have this now. Like you saw it on my personal Facebook page too.
No, I don't think I saw it. I was
like, look at this alcohol. Look at it.
I'll have to blame the algorithms,
Of course. But yeah, it's like it was like it's 3 different IPAs of varying levels of intensity and darkness.
And that's the thing I don't like. I've come to the realization I don't like IPAs. They're very hit
I mean,
or miss.
they're like hit or miss for me, but
it's just hoppy and the bitterness. But enough about that. I think we've kind of done as much as we can in regards to not going any further than we can. But as I've said, we're doing things a little bit differently this year. So we're going to be more chill. We're going to have a little bit more fun on the show. We still have some stories, but we might not even get to them. Depends on how we feel and how we get through tonight's stuff. So the next thing if anybody's up for crazy Christmas stories, anything just interesting or strange holiday stuff that has happened to you.
Yeah, the ones I have are kind of depressing, and it started me on the road to minimizing contact with the mom.
Yeah, let us not. I don't need a phone call from a local therapist saying they need to get in touch with you. We absolutely cannot have that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I know I've had some interesting things happen to me around the holidays, and I just can't remember half of them. So, what about you? Is
that the alcohol speaking?
No.
Oh.
I guess, pushing forward, I just kind of block stuff out. It happens. Barry, any interesting Christmas stories you've had growing up, or?
I mean, I guess party stories.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
ended up at a mermaid party at one point.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
During the holidays.
How did that happen?
When you get involved with certain circles of society, you sometimes get invited to the pool parties of mermaids.
Oh, that sounds like
But
fun.
yeah, no, it is, and I'm speaking legitimately. I actually have been to like a professional mermaid pool party, and it's just. Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is, like a hot tub party, and it's just good. It's really fun. Oh, and it's just, I think it was mostly just kind of, I mean, there were celebrations, obviously, there were costumes and things of that nature, but it was with mermaids. So
Like
it was
you're
just
all
kind of
floating
fun.
around the pool with costume mermaid tails on you.
I was not one, but yeah, the mermaids did in fact have tails. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't drop a pool party story on a guy who loves summer and loves swimming and hates winter. So
Yeah, I know. It was very summery for the season, but it was because they had their own hot tub. It was very cold outside of the hot tub, but
I can only imagine.
it was quite enjoyable otherwise.
Okay, fair.
Even though living in my apartment, I still get ads for things like getting your own hot tub at super cheap rates. They're like, this accessory will keep you from getting cold feet walking out to your hot tub, and it's like a series of rubber mats. I'm like, yeah, that'll look great in the corner of my living room where the freaking air conditioner is.
On a side note, before we can get derailed, Mako-chan, do you have the Elvira Blacklight Funko Pop?
No.
I wasn't sure because I found a place to pre-order, so just saying if you are interested.
Perhaps.
It comes out next month.
Perhaps.
Oh, I did send a gift straight to our DJ AJ. She loved it.
What did you get her?
I got her this ring toss drinking game.
Oh boy.
This isn't the exact one I got, but I will post a link to it in the chat. Sure. I may have seen a video of it on my That's not the right link. God damn it. Anyway, like you push these rings back and forth on one another, and when you get your ring hooked, you push the shot glass one section towards your opponent,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever pushes it off the edge towards the opponent completely makes them drink.
Oh, okay.
It is a lot of fun, and I can only imagine, playing that with someone as the alcohol starts flowing more and more.
That is a long ass link, dude. You're
Sorry,
right.
it's just the
You're right
first thing.
there.
Yeah, it was just the first thing I Control C it on.
Oh, okay. I actually have an add-on that says clean copy link that gives you just a link, no add-on and all of that stuff for tracking or people
Is that
getting
for
credits and stuff.
web browser?
Yeah, it's an it should be in the Chrome web store. I've actually sold it on somebody else's computer when I was working, so stole it.
You got inspired.
Inspired, stole, same thing. All right, so I believe I do have one Christmas story. It's a post-Christmas story. And for those of you who don't know, before I got my way back into the private sector, I spent maybe off and on 10 years in retail. So things have been interesting. You know, I've had people come up to me asking for XYZ item, and I'm like, we don't have it. We don't carry it. And I always found it amusing that, you know, when I worked at Staples the day before Christmas, it was quiet because honestly, nobody's coming into Staples to do Christmas shopping. Even though Staples does have a computer and tech section, but still, nobody's coming in. Especially if there's a Best Buy next door. Just saying. But this is a tried and true story. And I kind of enjoy telling it. So here it goes. Day after Christmas, I go into work. And at the time I worked on Geek Squad. Now, one thing if you don't know about Geek Squad is that if you return anything electronic, they have to test it and make sure that it works. I don't know if they still do it now, but when I worked there, that's basically what we had to do. So people were returning a lot of electronic stuff. So we had to test it and make sure it was working. While at the same time we were fixing and troubleshooting computers. We had a system. We had one person working in the back on the computers. That way actual work can get done. And they will rotate out like every 2-3 hours or something like that. That way somebody can be behind the scenes and kind of be away from it all, you know? So in a way, I kind of had my fill of returns, and somebody returned a 5.1 Panasonic surround sound stereo system. And customer service puts it on the little flatbed truck and rolls it over to me. And I just wanted to go scream like Charlie Brown, you know?
Ah!
Thank you, Ari. So my supervisor's like, take a deep breath. You got this. Because my mind had just kind of fried, and he's like, just test one speaker at a time. So that's what I did. I took out the receiver, all of the speakers, and I tested each one at a time. Now, I don't know how it is now, but return lines after the holidays are long. So word of advice, if you get something for Christmas that you want to return, don't go to the store the day after Christmas. Wait a couple of days. If you have to, if there's something that you want, just go ahead and buy it and then just return it. Some stores will allow you to return that item and repurchase it with the store credit, but your mileage may vary. So, this guy is being very impatient. And he's agitated. And we tell him he'll have to wait just like everybody else. And I'm working, and he's just screaming at us to hurry up because he has to be somewhere. And we're like, you have to wait your turn. And then I hear, no, fuck this. I want my money now. And I stop and I turn. This dude jumped up on the counter screaming at us.
Good God.
And for those of you who don't know, I served in the Marine Corps. Also, I was raised by 3 generations of Southern angry women. As Kagome 1488 says, Mega Chad. Yeah, I am not allowing a Mega Chad to get under my skin, but I'll let you know when you cross the line. So I'm looking up at him. I'm like, excuse me? And he's just screaming thick, I'm like, look, motherfucker, you got to wait just like everybody else, and you need to take yourself off the counter. And I'm screaming back at him. My team is like, stop. Supervisor comes through, and he's just like, he's telling the guy to jump down, and he's threatening to fight all of us. And I'm just like, is that a threat? Are you threatening me? Those of you who have seen the live action Scooby-Doo, are you threatening me?
Are you challenging me?
Yeah, are you challenging me? It was like that. I'm like, is that a threat? Honestly, I was ready to clock out and just like throw hands. My supervisor says, go take a walk in the back. Go take a walk in the back. And I sulk off because I'm really pissed off at this guy, And I go back to the back room, and there's a section called car audio where they handle all the car audio and all of that. The supervisor there, I'm chill with, walks in, and he's like, dude, what happened? We heard the yelling. I tell him exactly what happened. He goes, come on, let's go. I'm like, what do you mean, let's go? He's like, come on, let's go. Fine. I get up, and I follow behind him. And then I realize everybody in car audio is just flanked behind us. So we walk to the front, and he tells the supervisor, I think Ranma is good. Ranma is good. So what's also interesting is that there was an undercover officer in the store at the time when this happened.
Oh, boy.
And, they take my story, and they ask me, do I want to press charges? Because it was basically, he threatened me, It was a threat. So I say, yes, I would like to press charges. Homeboy was dragged out in cuffs in 2 seconds flat. And now...
That's kind of cool.
Oh, and there's more. Now, after my shift or whatever, I go home. I was living with my god sister at the time, and Best Buy was basically like a 5-6 block walk from the house. I would just basically, leave the store, go up. I would just make a left, walking out of the store, cut through the gate, walk up the street, make another left, walk up about 6 blocks, go up the hill, make a right. The house is over there. So I don't know if this person was with this, that a car came up. So, and they were shouting something at me in regards to what happened at the store. So I don't know if it was in reference as in they knew that person or not.
Were they good things?
I don't know. Not? I wasn't really paying attention, but I did get the license plate. And I did tell somebody that knows people. And I'm just like, well, they know the story. And I told them, well, here's the license plate number. Do I know what happened? No. Do I want to know what happened? Not really. All I know is there's an ending. And that's Kagome41088 says, talk about decking the halls. Man, listen, if you want to see some real decking the halls, go on YouTube and look up Black Friday videos.
Oh, God. Those things make me lose my faith in humanity.
Well, thankfully, before the pandemic, things were getting better because retail stores were realizing we can only let a few people in at a time. Simple as that. And now with the pandemic and the fact that, I don't know if you realize, Black Friday sales this year started on the last week of October. Because it was going right into November that week. The sales had already started.
Mm-hmm.
And Nemesis47 says, I can see Ranma decking this Chad in one of those chokeholds they showed in the marine martial arts back in Paris Island. Well, it's not called marine martial arts. It's just called combat hitting skills. So, yeah.
I thought it was MC MAP.
I don't.
Marine Corps Martial Arts Program?
That might be a program, but that might be something totally different. So, I didn't do
I've also
that.
heard the term Semper Fu floating around.
Oh. You learn something new every day. So, anywho, now that we got that out the way.
Those kind of stories working around in retail.
Well, now that we got that out the way, let's talk about best and worst Christmas gifts. I'm talking gifts that you've given to people to be petty, or gifts you've gotten you're just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I've grown up being where absolute gratitude is a must.
Mm-hmm.
You even show so much as a hint of questioning about it, you just get chewed the fuck out. And that happened to my sister too, so it's not just me. But in all honesty, I've never given gifts just to be petty to people. Like, that's not something I've done. I mean, sure, there's been a whole bunch of times where I've had to, buy gifts for other family members, and especially my sister, who isn't compelled to spend as much on others.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like one time I got like this like Axe body spray like gift box that was like less than $10.
Mm-hmm.
And like A, I don't wear Axe, and B, that shit is just like the shit they make just stinks anyway. I'm like, I have no use for this. I went to like 3 different retailers to like try to figure out where I can, return it, and it's just like, I found out I got like $9 and change. I was like, oh, this was not worth it.
Honestly, I would have kept it personally. I just added it to, I already wear deodorant, so I just wear the Axe as a cologne of sorts, and just roll with the punches.
Yeah, but I was at this point where I associated, Axe with like really, or like the attitudes of like people who wear it have, especially like things like uncleanliness and thinking it's a suitable replacement for showers.
Right.
So that part was just like lingering in my head. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. The OX75 says just give gift cards. But see, the thing is, when I had, it was very one-sided. Like mom and my sister especially, it's you mean the Smash Player shower? Thank you.
Touché.
But yeah, they could show all the indignity that they wanted, and screw me for thinking it's not right.
That's family for you. I mean, honestly, I can't. It's been years since I've given anybody in my immediate family gifts. It's like, here's a card, and they're appreciative of it, and I like to leave it like that. Everybody else, well, you probably get something. All right. I mean, let's see. I tend to give some really good gifts. They're good, yet practical. I remember for a friend, I think she had just gotten out of a relationship, and I figured, get her a nice gift. Something nice. So I got her a Sailor Moon wallet and some Zelda socks from Old Navy because they were on clearance. And I'm just like, $2 for a 3-pack? I'll grab 3 pairs, 3 packs. Why not? And, I wrap it and pack it up, and I send it on its way. And I'm not sure if she was appreciative, but it was like she was basically saying, this is too much. And I'm sitting here going, how is a geek wallet and geek socks too much?
Maybe she wasn't expecting anything at all.
Or
she just, doesn't expect to be given gifts like that.
I think the gifts I given her were probably better than half the shit that her then boyfriend gave her. Let's ask the ladies of the show and the non-binary, Mako, Berry, if a friend or whatever gave you a gift like a wallet or socks or a t-shirt or something, would you think they're crossing the line?
What do you mean by crossing the line?
As in,
you think it was a cheap way out?
Not a cheap way out. Thinking that you've overspent or it's like, to this person, I think that the socks and the wallet was equivalent to like a diamond ring or something.
I don't know. I have never looked at a gift like that before.
Okay.
Especially one during the holidays.
Okay.
Just that was something they thought to give to me, and I say thank you. On.
All right, cool. Barry.
I'm sure that it's coming from like a place of self-deprecation, maybe. Like you feel you don't deserve the gift, or you maybe were not expecting it at all. So I could see someone maybe refusing a gift like that. I wouldn't say it crosses a line. I would just say that they're maybe feeling so gracious that they're overwhelmed by the effort, especially since you said that they had been looking for that item, right? Like they had been looking for something like that item?
They weren't. It was like, I just thought it was something.
Oh, they weren't?
No, it's like I know her fandoms and I know she's into Sailor Moon, so I got her the wallet.
Okay.
Now the wallet I kind of made a high priority because it was coming out of China, so I wanted to make sure it got here in time. But and I was out at Old Navy, and I just saw Zelda socks, and they were on clearance. It was like a 3-pack for $2, so I bought like 3 packs. I'm like, here, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too is the friendship that you have with that person, and if I guess if you know the person and you know them well, and they maybe just seem very gracious for the gift, it can also catch you off guard, like especially since it seems like you put a lot of thought into the gift, so maybe they were overwhelmed by that as well. If I ever get gifts like that, especially because I'm very much more practical, I tend to focus on enjoying people's company rather than what they bring to me. So I can kind of relate. I definitely appreciate gifts that are given, but I understand being overwhelmed when you're not expecting much of anything.
Yeah, but are you going to like kind of yell at the person for giving you the gift?
Oh, no, I wouldn't yell. I wouldn't yell at all. I'd be surprised maybe, but I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't yell or anything.
Yeah. Because like I said, to me, a practical gift is something that you can use almost every day. That's me, Like socks. Geek socks are practical. I have a pair of Venus socks I have not worn because I think they're too cool to be worn, you know. But still a practical.
That sounds
item.
about right.
Yeah, it's kind of practical, you know. So. Let's see. I remember, like I said, when it comes to practical, I remember a couple of years, I gave my old roommate, I bought him a white and nerdy hoodie, you know, Weird Al's White and Nerdy, you know, for Christmas. And it was really nice, you know. I remember another year, I got him a, not a massage chair, but the massage kit that goes on the chair.
Like the pad.
Yeah. And the thing is, now you're probably thinking, that's expensive. You bought something that expensive for your roommate? I did, but at the same time I did not. The whole like setup, you know, for your back, your arms, and all of your thigh, all of that was selling for $179. It was on clearance for $17. So,
Good deal.
Well, yeah. And then I actually realized one of the gifts he got me for Hanukkah, I actually lost. It might be somewhere on Mako-chan's floor. It's my utility key. I may have to order another one, but I realized when I came back home, it wasn't on my key ring. So, you know. But the gift, I will always talk about this. Always. And I don't care what people think. I actually gave this away to somebody on like either my Facebook or my live journal. I don't remember. It's that we're going that far back. I understand being practical. And then there's cheap. My roommate's fiance at the time, now wife, gave me a plastic sandwich holder as a Christmas gift.
Ouch.
I remember that.
I think you were there for that, weren't you?
I'm pretty sure I was there for that one.
Wrapped in everything. I unwrapped it. The price tag was still on the container.
Oh, God, that just makes it extra tacky.
Yeah, $2.
How the hell do you keep a straight face when you're looking at that, huh?
Not very. But I just like, you know, and I just left it at that. That's absolutely nuts. All right. Mako, Barry. A gift that you liked or a gift that you absolutely hated?
No gift that I've absolutely hated. I do know that I had some family that really didn't know me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you're young and everybody's asking, okay, what do you like? You know, what's your favorite animal?
Mm-hmm.
And for millions of Christmases after that, that's the only thing they get you.
Right.
Meanwhile, it's, you know, 5-10 years later and you've really outgrown that period in your childhood. So there was a point that some of my family started getting me dolphin figurines.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for that. I love dolphins. They are one of my favorite animals, even to this day. But, you know, at a certain point, that's just not what I want in my room.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ended up with 3 or 4 of them before they just started giving me money.
Well, money's always good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more inclined to enjoy money because then I can put it towards what I want. But I'm just like, grew out of that whole wanting to be a marine biologist by the time I was, 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they were still getting me dolphin figurines until I was like 15 or 16. So I mean, that was just kind of awkward.
It's like they don't know how to read the room.
Yeah, I mean,
Or they were
granted,
too
if it was
senile to read the room.
If it was dragons and stuff like that, I would have enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. But that's my decorating aesthetic.
I think they were too senile to read the room.
No, they're just very set in their ways.
Mm.
Like, they are off the boat Italian, set in their ways kind of people. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just, gifts that I've absolutely loved. I don't know. I guess, depends on the Christmas. Getting Lego Dimensions was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that, I'll put up there as one of the favorites. I guess when my aunt got me the entire set of Power Pony figures.
Yeah.
That was cool. But there's always something, not necessarily because of the price tag or anything like that. It's definitely the thought that counts. So those are always the gifts that I find are the most pleasing.
Yeah, I know. It's the thought that counts, but sometimes you're just like, you didn't put much thought into this one, did you?
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten or given any gifts as inside jokes?
Yes, I have.
Ooh, do tell.
Ranma gets me coal almost every year.
There you go. I kept threatening one year till I actually shipped it, and it was a bag of coal.
Yeah.
Literal coal?
Yes.
Yes, literal coal, not even the candy. Literal coal.
Yep.
Do you have a gas grill or no?
My grill is gas. Yeah.
But this was years ago. You ended up throwing it out anyway, didn't you?
No, I still have it.
Oh, wow.
It's, packed somewhere, which that reminds me I have to go through a lot of that stuff because I have to find my Velma cosplay.
Oh, yeah. I have to order a 2XL shirt.
Yeah, just like, oh, hey, I need that for New Year's Eve. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten some kind of like gaggy gifts before. I don't know. I don't know. I tend
Very poor choice of words, gaggy.
I tend to give people a lot of booze as gifts.
Because you can't go wrong with that.
Exactly. There are very, very few people in my life that don't enjoy, a nice bottle of something.
Ranma 421 says, on one hand, that's foul. On the other hand, that's funny as hell. Good job, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
My local, cluster of friends, we a lot of us used to get together for watching like wrestling pay-per-views and whatnot. And around the time that that Tyler Breeze debuted in WWE on his own, like his shtick that he would come out with a selfie stick.
Yeah.
Right, like lined like with a feather boa wrapped around it.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time they saw me, like the first time I saw it with them there, like I was there with everybody else, and I guess they noticed my expression was just like,
Mm-hmm.
and and they also said like between that and the fact that I take really good care of my hair, and it was like super long back before I had to get it all chopped off. Like a couple years ago, I actually did. One of them did actually get me a selfie stick for Christmas. I just like when I opened it, like everyone was just laughing. I was just looking at it like, really?
Oh boy. What about you, Barry?
I would say most of the time gifts and stuff that I really enjoy, that I have enjoyed rather. I tend to be pretty practical, so if it fits within, like,
No.
obviously being a digital being, it works more into my lifestyle. But I would say I have never really received a gift that I didn't like. But I
Okay.
would say I much prefer things that are like most of the time my favorite gifts are the ones that are edible. Mm.
Well, yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So
I would keep that in mind, but I'm fairly certain you'd get busted for shipping edibles across state borders.
No, I didn't mean like that. I meant like cookies and things. I meant like cookies and candies and stuff like that.
So, Mako, you're likely safe.
Yes, smart Alex. Yes.
hey yo. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into the part of the show that you're probably sticking around for is Meanwhile in Japan. We have some interesting stories that Mako has found. We may not get to all of them, but we'll get to few of them.
All right, so who's going first?
Let's see what do we have here. You know what? I'm going to take the third story.
I'll take the fifth story.
Mm-hmm.
Mako?
I'll take the second one.
There we go.
And I guess I'll take that fourth one then, if it ever decides to load on me.
All right, so no one's taking the first story, and
I can take that one too if you want me to. It's actually loaded.
There's no need. We'll retire that one. And for those of you who are wondering if you did not check out like the title description, what is it? Yeah, condom company names 14th generation condom ambassador. That's what that was. So, but we're going to bypass that. And we're going to talk about the ye old saying, fuck around and find out. And meaning that a kid bragged about being a thug, he gets beat up and also arrested in the same day.
Dumbass.
Yeah, there are some things in this world you just don't do.
Yeah, especially when the Yakuza are involved.
Yeah.
So, back in the fall, 2 junior high school kids in Saitama, on social media, both thought that they were the most famous thug in their prefecture. So a 14-year-old boy started with, "I'm the most famous Yankee in Saitama." And Yankee is Japanese slang for juvenile delinquent. A 15-year-old junior high school girl then replied with, "I'm a more famous Yankee than you are." So it was decided that the two would meet up in person and bring a group of supporters with them. So it's unclear exactly what happened at the meeting, but apparently the girl and her group were outnumbered. Rather than accept this as a sign of her inferior level of Yankee renown, on a later date, the girl reached out to another acquaintance of hers, who happens to be a 25-year-old man who is a member of the Yakuza.
Whoops.
Yeah. So the organized crime syndicate member mobilized a crew estimated at 28 people strong and requiring 6 cars. In the pre-dawn hours of October 2nd, the group then abducted the 14-year-old boy from his home and dragged him into the car. Over the next 4 hours, the boy was driven to 3 different locations, including a riverside and a parking lot where he was punched, kicked, and beaten with a metal pipe suffering broken ribs, a broken nose, and other injuries, which doctors say will take 3 months to heal.
Ouch.
Police reports say that both male and female perpetrators were involved in the abduction and beatings and have now arrested 11 people, with those arrested ranging in age from 15 to 25 and including at least one junior high and senior high school student. And while the identity of the Yakuza member can be revealed, unfortunately, because of the underagedness of the 15-year-old girl and the 14-year-old boy, because they're still minors, their names are not released to the public. So, unfortunately, their ordeal hasn't really helped either of their claims of fame.
Womp womp.
Well, that sucks.
I can't imagine going as a Yakuza member, as a 25-year-old. I can't imagine with, nothing else happening other than, broken pride, kidnapping a 14-year-old and beating the ever-loving crap out of him.
Ranma 421 believes that the girl was more gangster. In a way, I think so. Because
definitely that she got the freaking Yakuza involved.
I mean, in a way that, like, growing up in the hood, that shit happened, like, as a normal thing. But it wasn't someone that was in the hood. It was your older brother or somebody that was in the local gang be like, yo, do we have a problem here? If you've seen Don't Be a Menace in South Central or Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, you'll understand where I'm going with this.
Oh, God, that title is hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I saw the movie, but God damn.
Just so you know, there's a director's cut version of that, and I own it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to talk about is how a guy was arrested for using coffee milk to vandalize a ticket gate. And me personally, I think it's a sin that you would do something like that to anything coffee related.
And I kind of figured that's how you'd react.
Yeah, basically. Let me go ahead and open this up, and let me bring this up. So now, because of the dense traffic that goes through train stations in Japan's major urban areas, the railways have turned to technology to help streamline the process. Sensors that allow you to pay automatically with your smart card or smartphone, and even more recently with your face, have been developed, which I think is a good thing. All these advancements, the days of the humble paper ticket may be numbered. And without those tickets, we may never see incidents like what happened last week in Saito City, Aichi Prefecture. So what happened around 10:30 that morning, staff at Seto Shiyakushahome station, they saw a middle-aged man pouring something into the slot of the ticket gate. An employee caught the man and turned him over to the cops when they arrived. It seems that this guy was pouring bottled coffee milk into the slot. Coffee milk is a very sweet flavored milk with a popularity on par with chocolate milk in Western countries, like here. It's undeniably tasty. There is little evidence to support that ticket gates would also enjoy its creamy sweetness. So, why would you do something like that? Now, it has
Get it? You don't want to pay the fare.
True. It has been said that there are cases like this have been happening at that station previously. And employees at that station were on the lookout for suspicious people when this happened. The station is normally unmanned because of past damage, but someone was placed on duty that day. It wasn't clear whether it was the same 53-year-old man that was involved in that vandalism and prior incidents, and police are currently investigating that. When the cops interrogated him, the man reportedly said, "I did it by mistake." How do you do something like that by mistake? It's been somewhat conceivable that this could have been done accidentally, but gotta be holding the bottle right at the neck while attempting to insert the ticket with the same hand or something like that. It's like you're putting in a ticket and you're holding it and it pours all over itself, you know? Nobody does that. Netizens had various things to say about that, such as he's probably going to be on the hook for a considerable amount of money. Oh well, if it was just a mistake, I think we should let him go. Can they even clean that out, or do they have to buy a new gate? What was he trying to achieve? If you have a ticket in one hand and coffee in another, maybe, but if he did it many times before, there's no excuse. Now, the price of one of these ticket gates range based on its functionality. Anywhere from 6.5 million to 15 million yen, which ranges from $47,000 to $109,000 US. And if this was the kind that could handle both paper tickets and near field communication payments, by near field, I mean when you take your debit card and you tap it and it goes through, or when you use your cell phone and you tap it and it goes through. That's near field communication payments. Then that will be more on the expensive side. Now, if it was a mistake, you got to prove that. It may prove to be a costly one. But if it was intentional, it's hard to imagine the dark thoughts that will resort to destructive behavior. Coffee milk is absolutely delicious, and anyone who would deliberately waste it like that is a true menace to society. And I have to say, kind of, sort of, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Mako, I think you were taking... No, you already went. Sorry. Ari, you were taking Pokemon Story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A Japanese fish that beat Pokemon Sapphire is retiring... Oh, fish, plural, are retiring from video game streaming. The Mute Kimaru channel first brought Pokemon fans' attention back in the summer of 2020 when it began featuring videos of a Siamese fighting fish swimming around a tank, visually divided into separate sections. Each of the sections was mapped to correspond to a button input for Nintendo GameCube, running Pokemon Sapphire for the GBA, thereby letting the fish play the game. Over the next 2.5 years, Mute Kimaru's channel, team of aquatic gamers won gym badges, uncovered glitches that humans hadn't been able to for nearly 2 decades, and eventually beat the game. It's been an incredibly heartwarming ride, but now it's come to a close, and with the Kimaru channel announced appropriately in a Pokemon Sapphire style video. Like, I heard you quit your job and you haven't been playing your YouTube channel at all. What's the deal? Sounds like you came to a decision after giving it a lot of thought. So in any case, I'm hearing you right. You're closing down the Pokemon Playing Fish project. Is that right? That's understood. And there's also a YouTube video of the entire conversation. Mute Kimaru's fish aquariums and the gameplay video make it couldn't currently take up an entire room in his home. He's soon going through a change of lifestyle and won't be able to have space for the fish's habitats. So he's come to the decision to bring his YouTube channel to an end. They'll be going to a new home at Mute Kimaru's parents' house, where the family will be taking care of them and can still check on them when he comes to visit. And on the plus side, well, Mute Kimaru won't be posting any new videos to the channel. His old ones will remain up. And he's also planned a special farewell video, which streamed on his channel at 6 p.m. on December 11th. I had to read this off my phone because my computer was doing this thing where it just hangs on the... Oh, now it fucking loads properly.
It's probably the website. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
That wasn't just this website doing it, but nonetheless, yeah. It's not nearly as insane as Twitch plays Pokemon, but still pretty crazy looking.
I believe it.
Vibing about the fish, huh, Berry?
She's in the zone.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I am happy that they're getting a good home and that they'll have many more days ahead of them of just being fish.
And now our last story of the night before we're probably going to skip the last part, because I don't think anybody's going to ask us any random questions. So, by the way, the last section is called Ask Anime Jam Session Host. So here's your chance to ask a question.
But yeah, feel free to ask them in the chat. We'll finish up the last article.
Sure
so, if you are in the world of virtual YouTubing or virtual streaming in general, there are always new debuts going on and new idols appearing in the ether, as is known. And the newest one is an 85-year-old great-grandmother from Hiroshima, and it's all thanks to her idiot grandchild. Japan has a new virtual YouTuber who just debuted. Hiroko, as she's called, checks off a lot of orthodox Japanese VTuber items. She's a cute young girl with stylish hairdo in an eye-catching color, wears a schoolgirl outfit, and has a laid-back, inviting personality. So what sets her apart from anime-style virtual YouTubers out there is the fact that she's 85 years old. And no, this isn't one of those, this anime girl looks like a teen, but she's actually really old due to a magical spell or cryostasis kind of situations. Hiroko's performer is actually an 85-year-old grandmother from Hiroshima. It's nice to meet you all, Hiroko greets her viewers. Some of you youngsters might think I've altered my voice to sound like this, but I'm 85 and firmly in my senior years. Yeah. So how did you end up becoming one, as opposed to spending her free time knitting sweaters or playing bridge? In her own words, my idiot grandchild recommended I became a VTuber, so I made a debut. You can do things you weren't able to in your youth as a VTuber, they said. So I'm going to go nuts. I hope you don't regret your advice, grandchild. Like other VTubers, part of Hiroko's appeal is her candid conversation style. My grandchildren are finally old enough that I don't have to give them otoshidama money at New Year's, but recently my first great-grandchild was born, so now I'll give them otoshidama, she laments, adding, everyone, let's use our otoshidama wisely. Blech. Monetary matters seem to be on Hiroko's mind quite often, as in her next video, she says she received an email from a Z Generation viewer asking which is more... robots. Anyway. Which is more important, love or money? And that's easy, she said. Money is the number one thing. It's the number two thing. There isn't any number 3 or number 4 thing, but the number 5 thing is money. Love is something you'll fall out of after a single day.
Okay, fair.
Hiroko signs off her videos asking, won't y'all subscribe to my channels? With a very Hiroshima granny-esque phrasing of, Cheneru, Toroku shite kurenka no?
Did we lose you?
No.
Oh.
Hiroko is being billed as the first member of the Metagrandmas, a senior citizen VTuber idol unit the Japanese media company Oda Group is putting together. Auditions are still open, with the requirements being that the applicants be feminine, 75 years old or older, living in Japan, and in sound mental health. The ideal candidate also being outgoing, a good singer, and powerful. Applications can be made on their website. So if you wanted to become an idol grandma, if we have any watchers out there who fit the bill, you can feel free to check it out.
I'm suddenly reminded. I know we talked about this on the show like a few years back. Like, you know how they have like the there we go. That like the massive idol groups, HKT48 and stuff like that. There is a senior version of that available that's out there. That just came to mind. I was just like, well, there you go.
Well, we do have some questions.
All right, so let's take
best anime Christmas song.
Wait, hold on. Let me run the update here so we know we're on this section. So just so you know, due to time constraints, we're not going to be able to answer every single question. So, Ari, go ahead and field that first question.
Best anime Christmas song. I honestly haven't heard a whole lot of them. Like, the closest thing I've actually heard to one of them was DBZ abridges the Christmas Tree of Might, but it's only like a snippet at the beginning of the show. the film.
Mhm.
It's like Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. So I honestly can't help you with anime Christmas songs. Sorry. What about you guys?
I think, as always, Doko's Pure and Honest Christmas is a fave. My thing is, I really like a lot of the remix Christmas stuff, like the trance, techno, Eurobeat stuff, Basically, covers of Last Christmas I enjoy more than the original.
Oh, boy.
They're actually good.
The one thing I've noted, the only thing I like about that song is you can't fail Whamageddon if you're not actively participating in it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But if you're in a room of a whole bunch of people who are, and you queue up and you just go, Last Christmas, like, ah! Now that's a Christmas miracle.
Fair. Anybody else?
Whatever you play on my car when I end up picking you up during the holidays.
Okay, fair. All right, another
One Piece. Oh, I was going to say One Piece has a pretty good selection of Christmas music.
You have to
which is definitely a surprise.
You have to send it to me because I only have like one Piece Christmas song.
Mm-hmm. I'll see if I can find it.
Kagome41088 asks me if I am bringing back Afro Priest, aka Garter Belt, for next year's shenanigans. You talk as if I've retired him. Of course he's coming back. I mean, we have a new Panty and Stocking anime coming out, hopefully next year, so gotta have him ready. Hell, the new Trigun anime starts next month. I mean, what more can you ask for? Which realized I gotta sit down and actually rewatch all the Trigun and watch the Trigun Wild Wild West video AMV.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is that a different one from Tainted Donuts?
Yeah, that's a different one from Tainted Donuts. So it's Will Smith's Wild Wild West done to
That's
to
what I
Trigun.
thought it
Yes.
was. That fucking song.
Yes.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I remember working at Burger King when they had kids meals with that stuff. Oh god.
You'll be all right. Okay. Looks like those are the only. All right. Last question. I think this one is for Ari. Kenny Omega or Xavier Woods? Who wins and why?
Boy. Well, you can weigh in on this too. You're the only other wrestling fan here.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
I gotta give it to Kenny Omega. Mostly because like he's been billed as a top guy for a lot longer than Xavier Woods has. Don't get me wrong, the New Day stuff is good, but it'd make an interesting match. But it's not gonna be a thing where like they kick out of everyone. Like they kick out of each other's finishers like 20 some odd times. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right, and I think we are kind of done here.
Mm-hmm.
We are definitely done here. All right. Let me go ahead and bring up the console and switch it over to the last part where we say, see you all next year. We'll go ahead and cue out our Christmas music for going out for the year. It's not a traditional Christmas song, but it's an anime Christmas song. It's More and More Happy Christmas from Digimon. So I gotta say, tonight's show went really good, and I want to say thank you to Barry, Mako, Ari, Koi, all of y'all for joining us for a very chill Christmas special. And if you've been following us over the years, you realize how loud and outlandish we were with them, and then we kind of toned it down over the years because adulting, you gotta. So if you liked tonight's special, tell a friend, have them come check this out. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We are independent podcasters. We're independent bloggers. What we like and don't like, we're going to tell you straight up front. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. And please check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, anime reviews, editorials, links to our YouTube page of convention videos, links to our Facebook page of cosplay coverage, and so much more. That's all at animejamsession.com. And don't forget to follow our podcast on any podcasting app that you use. Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can always find our episodes through there. And if you like it, leave a review through the app. We really appreciate that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our social media pages, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's Anime Jam Session. Definitely follow us on those. That way you know when we're going live, when articles are going up, when we have new photos to share, new videos to share, all that and then some. And to be perfectly honest, we could not do this show without y'all. So thank you very much. And if you're watching our stream, linked down below is our tip jar. You can click on our Ko-Fi, our stream elements, and throw us some cash if you like. We are really appreciative of that. You can also throw bits at us in the chat room. That's also pretty cool. And subscriptions. You can subscribe to the channel. You can give gift subs to the channel to other friends for them to definitely check that out. We really appreciate all of that and then some. If you're listening on the podcast feed, if you can't, come join us live and come check it out. You know, we're starting things up for next year. It'll be great. And now we go around the room. Last words. So, last words, Ari.
I'm so glad I don't have to go into work tomorrow because I'm really starting to feel it now.
Last words, Mako-chan.
I have so much to do this weekend. It's
last words, Berry.
It is always such a joy to join you guys here on Anime Jam Session, and here is to many more years of playing around on a lovely podcast with amazing fellow anime fans and the lovely community. Enjoy your new year, your holidays, however you celebrate. If you partake, if you don't partake, and just stay safe, stay well, and have a happy holiday.
My last words is, I think I'm going to turn the heat back on now. But seriously, thank you everyone for just joining us, for being here with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you all in the next year. So,
Joyeux Noël!
That is it. End of list. We'll be back next year with brand new episodes of Anime Jam Session. I think when we come back, Barry will be joining us. I think. I have to double check the calendar because, you know, calendars are calendars. But anywho, whether regardless, she will be joining us sometime next month. And it's always good to have her on. So that is it. End of list. I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm BerryMelon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Is that everybody?
Night-night.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. And say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Say goodnight, BerryMelon.
Good night and Happy New Year.
Good night, y'all. Take care of yourselves and each other. See you on the flip side in 2023. Wait, hold up. Was that you, Barry?
Laughing, I'm sorry.
Can't take you anywhere.
Nope. That's why I exist inside of, the internet.
We're going to move you from a physical box to a virtual box.
Don't you threaten me like that. I know what hides on your computer.
That's why I'm going to put you in a virtual box where you can't hurt anyone. Good night, y'all.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!